Hey everyone, today we're going to look past the checkout desk and the quiet reading rooms because we're diving into the vast, diverse, and, surprisingly complex world of libraries. So let's get into it.
No, really, just for a second, what's the first image that pops into your head? Is it just endless shelves packed with books? A super quiet place to study? Or maybe, that really friendly librarian who helped you find the perfect book when you were a kid? For most of us, it's a pretty familiar, comforting idea.
But here's the thing. That familiar image is just page one of a much, much bigger story. Because a library isn't just a building with books inside. It's a social institution. It's a powerful engine for education, for culture, and for information. And it's always evolving to meet the needs of society.
So, here's our roadmap. We'll start with the great guardians of knowledge. Then we'll pop into the hubs that serve our communities and big corporations. After that, we'll tackle the digital revolution and wrap it all up by looking at the one core purpose that ties them all together.
Okay, first up, the heavyweights. These are the libraries that are designed to be these absolutely massive repositories of information, serving entire nations and the highest levels of education.
Let's start with the big one, the National Library. Now, you got to think of this less as a place to borrow the latest bestseller and more like a nation's official memory bank. It's the ultimate archive of a country's entire intellectual and cultural heritage.
And their job is just immense. Seriously, they don't just collect and preserve pretty much everything published in the country. They create the master list, the national bibliography, and they act as a leader for all the other libraries. In a way, they're the library's library, making sure a nation's story is saved for generations to come.
And the scale we're talking about is just staggering. To give you a real-world example, the National Library of India holds over 2.2 million items. And that's not just books. We're talking maps, manuscripts, periodicals. It's a physical record of a nation's entire body of knowledge.
Now, this idea of a specialized collection also fuels the entire world of education through academic libraries. These are the libraries that are literally woven into the fabric of learning, all the way from elementary school right up to post-grad research.
What's so cool here is watching how the library's mission actually evolves with the learner. It starts in school, where it's all about fostering a love for reading. Then in college, it shifts to supporting self-learning. And by the time you get to a university, its mission has totally expanded to support cutting-edge research and the creation of brand new knowledge. The library literally grows right alongside you.
All right, next, let's bring things back down to the local level. These are the libraries that serve our everyday needs, whether we're just part of the general public or a super specialized professional group.
The public library. This is the one most of us know and love. UNESCO calls it a living force for education, culture, and information. And it really is. It's this fundamentally democratic space, open to absolutely everyone, no matter your age, your status, or your background.
And its role in today's world, what we call a knowledge society, is more critical than ever. It's not just about books anymore. It's about giving everyone free access to information, supporting lifelong learning, enriching our culture, and even helping to drive the local economy. It's an absolutely essential piece of our community's infrastructure.
Now, on the complete other end of the spectrum, you've got special libraries. Think of these as highly focused, super practical information centers. So if a public library is like a general practitioner, a special library is like an information surgeon, serving the very specific needs of an organization, like a law firm, a hospital, or a research lab.
What makes them so special is how they handle information. See, they don't just give it to you, they process it. They analyze it, they synthesize it, they even try to anticipate what their users are going to need next. They deliver customized, mission-critical intelligence right when it's needed most.
So, up to this point, we've mostly talked about physical places, right? But the biggest transformations libraries have seen in centuries has been the digital revolution, which gave us this incredible idea of a library without walls.
Now, you might hear people use these terms digital and virtual interchangeably, but there's a really key difference. A digital library is a curated, organized collection. It's managed with care, just like a physical one. A virtual library is a much bigger, more abstract idea. It's the entire universe of information out there on the internet, that huge, sometimes chaotic web of knowledge we all navigate every day.
And just to really nail this down, the Digital Library Federation offers this official definition. The keywords to listen for here are organizations, specialized staff, and persistence over time. So a real digital library isn't just a web page with some links. It's an institution that's committed to selecting, structuring, and preserving digital knowledge for the long haul.
Okay, so we've seen libraries that hold a nation's memory, libraries that fuel our education, that serve our communities, and even some that exist entirely in the cloud. So, what's the common thread? What connects all of them?
Well, it really boils down to this simple but incredibly powerful idea. Technology has radically changed the how of libraries. We've moved from physical clay tablets to digital bits in the cloud. But the fundamental why? That has been remarkably consistent for thousands of years.
You know, whether a librarian is choosing a rare manuscript for a national archive or a new e-book for a local school, these 5 core functions are always the same. They select what's important, they acquire it, they organize it so you can actually find it, they provide access to it, and they serve their users. That right there is the heart and soul of what a library does.
And this quote from Peter Brophy just captures the modern challenge perfectly. It's not about choosing between the old way and the new way. It's about finding that perfect, judicious blend, honoring those timeless principles, while courageously embracing the innovations that are going to keep libraries vital and relevant for years to come.
Which leaves us with one last question. And this one's for you. In an age where we are literally drowning in data, but often starving for wisdom, what role do you see for the library? What does the library of your future look like?